This is Karangahape Road, Central Auckland. Most people call it K Road. My name is Six. For many years, K Road was my home. I was homeless. Now I publish the K Road Chronicle, a newspaper that gives street people their own voice. My mum had a hard time when I came out. You know, there's that like, oh, you know, we feel like you're dead. You know, the person we knew is not here anymore. And yeah, maybe that's true. But the person that was here before was very miserable, was not a nice person to be around. I started to transition in Hamilton, Kirikiriroa, where I grew up. Travelling back to the city for this third season, we made a detour via Mirimiri, where I once bought a house. I didn't have the fence then, and I always had this grand idea that I could subdivide the backyard and build another house for Mum and John. Honestly, I must have been taking a lot of good drugs back then. I mean, I didn't have a lot of money to invest in a house. I couldn't afford anything in Auckland, and, you know, at that time I was working in corporate communications, and I was a bit lost. I kind of didn't really know what I was doing. You know, I was driving to the North Shore every day. You know, after 6 months, I was struggling to keep up with my bills, and I was, you know, it was just, I think that was when I really started to lose the plot. After I sold this house, then I stayed with my sister for a month or so, and then, you know, got a room at the Backpackers, and then, you know, I went flatting with a maid, and that didn't work out, and yeah, I wound up squatting, and then I wound up at the night shelter. Nobody sets out to be homeless. After some bad property decisions and maybe a bit too much partying, I found myself staying in some pretty rough places. This whole complex was empty, and I think it was this one in the middle here. My mates used to climb over the balcony and break in, and then I'd go around the back and go through the door. They used to do this thing called driving the car, getting like a 5-litre petrol tin. You do not want to be around people that are high on petrol. Volatile, just totally off the planet. In the end, we got kicked out, and that's when we went down to the night shelter about 10 or 11 o'clock one night and got a room there. While I was staying at the shelter, I started a journalism course at Waikato Institute of Technology in the centre of Hamilton. Talk about two different worlds. It's a little bit emotional coming back here and realising how far I have come, distance travelled. Coming here enabled me to finish my diploma at Waikato Institute, and it was humbling. You know, and I'd met people here that maybe I wouldn't have otherwise met. I never intended to be the spokesmodel for homelessness or poverty. I expected to get a job on a newspaper and, you know, wonderful award-winning stories about international and interesting things, and when that didn't happen, I kind of realised that our community, the people here, they deserve a voice. We're just giving people the opportunity to share their stories, and, you know, by sharing my story as well, we can build a beautiful world. But, you know, I mean, this is my hometown. I really feel more at home on K Road than I do here. It's like, I don't know what Hamilton's like now, but it's a very conservative town. It's a farming university town, full of good, you know, salt-of-the-earth people, but it's not exactly rainbow friendly, or at least it wasn't then. Hello. Oh, hey. Surprise, surprise.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's cold. Let's get out of this weather.
Sorry.
So we bought some goodies.
Oh, lovely. Oh, that looks nice.
We've been doing a lot of reflection on this trip, and it's kind of been a little bit triggering going back to the night shelter.
I remember when you were doing your journalist course and you were homeless, but I didn't like the thought of you living in the street. So I suggested that you stay in our garage, which was, to me, that was better than you living on the street. And
Yeah, but I've got to be honest, you know, I mean, I took advantage.
you did.
I was morally bankrupt at the time.
All I asked of you was just a small donation to help towards the food, the costs.
Yeah.
And
But that left me nothing for drugs and alcohol.
Exactly, which quite upset me.
Thinking back to the time when you knew I was rough sleeping, how did that feel?
Makes me feel like crying all over again, just reliving it.
It's okay.
I never thought, that a child of mine would be living on the street. And I was trying to help you, and then it was a shock when you were stealing off me. And I
Not my
felt
proudest moment.
it made me angry, to tell you the truth. I thought, here I am trying to help you, and you're spending every penny on that sort of rubbish, and I didn't understand it. I was heartbroken. I thought, well, I hope you come to your senses.
I was not a nice person. I was angry with the world and frustrated, but on this path, and all that hardship was necessary for me to get to this point where I am now.
Now that she's come out as being female, she is a much nicer person to be around. The transgender thing was very difficult for me to get my head around.
It's not a choice that you make, it's a realisation that you come to, because I don't think anybody in the world wakes up and goes, you know what, I want to change gender.
You had that girlfriend that followed you too.
Oh, Mum. I mean, it's like, what do they think? I think there's some women find the whole transgender thing really attractive. I get women throwing themselves at me all the time. And all my mates are going, oh, lucky you. And I'm like, but they don't have a cock. Mum's come a long way from, when I first came out, and I've come a long way. And, I know it's been a painful journey. She can't call me her only son anymore, but she can say I'm her only celebrity child.
You are famous on K-Road.
Yeah. But, I'm really proud of the work that I'm doing. And a lot of these values that I espouse, and I must give you a copy of the latest Chronicle because I write about you, and a lot of these values come from you, come from John.
There was a famous quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Gives you interesting stories.
True.
Staying here helped me appreciate things that I might have taken for granted. Could I really speak with any authority on homelessness and poverty if I'd never been there? The reason why people share their stories with me is because I'm part of that whānau. I'm part of that story. Whether you're a sports journalist or a political journalist or what I consider a community journalist, you've got to pay your dues. You've got to, you go through hard times, but if you've got good values and a good foundation, and good support around you, you can conquer the world.